Hello, and welcome to our channel where we talk about plant-based eating for busy people. And the whole reason we started it is because we are busy people, just like all the rest of you. Today is day 11 of our meal plan, so we're sharing with you our protein-rich, low-fat meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner that will literally change your life. It has been amazing for us. So I'm glad you're here to share that with us. And one other note I wanted to make before you dive in is that recently I've had several incidences where people who are very well-meaning and who care about us and who are trying to do things to help make our lives better have just been dead wrong about diet advice and the things that we should be eating and doing. Sorry about the shower here, by the way. And it's just made me stop and think. My first inclination is they should know better. These things have been debunked for decades now. Why don't people know better? And I guess that's just what we're doing here, and what others like us are doing is trying to set the record straight. I already mentioned going to a doctor who had great concerns about our protein consumption on a plant-based diet and didn't understand even the concept of proteins and amino acids and how our body will take what we give them and put them together how they need to be put together, and we can get all the protein we need, even if we're trying to build muscle and do strength training. It's so easy these days, especially, to get plenty of protein on a plant-based diet, and it's the good, clean kind that will make your body just really perform. So to have a doctor say that was a little disheartening, and I found it again at a physical therapist. I'm working with a physical therapist, and he had the same thoughts. You could tell the same. He was leaning the same direction. He had concerns, but he was open-minded, and it left feeling a little deflated and a little bit frustrated. And then my husband has great, wonderful friends at work, many of whom are dealing with diabetes and difficult health problems of their own. And I have been feeling a little salty about the way they critique the lunches that he brings, that I prepare for him, or that he and I prepare together. They'll just make little remarks about, how they're not blood sugar friendly, or how all the soy that he eats, how that's not good for men to have soy. And I've had friends who say that I shouldn't be eating so much soy because soy is not good for women. And I know where these things are coming from. They're coming from old thoughts and studies and marketing and advertising that was wrong, and that has been clarified since then and debunked over and over with studies, and that it's not bad for men to eat soy, a lot of soy. It's not bad for women to eat soy, a lot of soy. It is a very high quality, good source of protein. And all things set aside, it's the wisdom of the ages. Some of the healthiest societies on the planet have centered their meals and diets around soy. So, I mean, let's just look at it that way, if nothing else. So anyway, I had that in mind today as I was preparing today's food and my husband's lunch, and he and I sat down together to go over some of these things, because he starts to wonder. My husband doesn't study it as in-depth as I do, and especially on our little journey here to combat insulin resistance. People are really alarmed at the amount of carbs that we eat because they don't understand what we're doing. But the other thing is my husband is improving in health, but the friends are not. And they're still doing that dance that people have to do when they have insulin resistance or diabetes or other difficulties where they do have to be careful with carbs. I understand if you're not addressing the root of the problem, then yes, you better dang well be monitoring your blood sugar very carefully. But I just rejoice that we have found some answers and it's working for us. And so I don't say this mean-spirited in any way. I just think it's just more important than ever to just keep going in spreading the word of this good news. So thanks for listening. Enjoy today's meals, and we'll see you again soon. Today for breakfast, I was feeling a little more savory. I like the cereal that we usually have because it's such a total well-rounded meal for protein and low fat and high fiber. And this one I had to tweak it just a little to get it to work. This is an old favorite of mine, quinoa and black beans. I've always loved this dish, especially in the morning. It's been a great breakfast dish, but I found it was a little lower in protein than I've been going for these days. So this is 1 cup of quinoa and a half a cup of black beans. You may remember I'm not actually a very big bean fan. So I'm not going to go more on the beans, although that's one option that you could do to get more protein and fiber. But I'm going to go ahead and add our flaxseed, just because we like to get the flaxseed every day anyway. So I'm just going to do a tablespoon of flaxseed, put it in there, and then I'm just going to use the chickpea bean shreds that we typically have on hand in the fridge and add those in as well. I'm not going to notice those very much with the quinoa. And then, looks like I don't have spoons right now. I'm going to mix that in. And then what I have always done with the quinoa and black beans is put in a little lime juice, because I am trying to be better about salt. There are some things I'm just not ready to cut it out of yet, but this is one place I have found I don't need it if I use a little bit of lime juice. Typically, I like the Thrive Limeade powder. It doesn't have sugar in it. It's just lime. But I'm out of that right now. Or rather, I don't have one open and I don't want to open another one. So I'm just going to put a few drops of this lime juice stuff that I get at the grocery store. And lime it kicks up the flavor a ton, but it also makes it taste salty. It's kind of a fun thing. So let me actually taste that, make sure I added enough. Yeah. Wow. That is really good. I'm not noticing the extra beans because those chickpeas just blend in really nicely with the quinoa. I'm going to add just a little bit more lime because you just can't go wrong with that. And I like it warm. Wow. That is really, really good. And the flaxseed just blends right in as well. So, all right, there we have it. And I'm having it with grapes, and then I picked these in the garden this morning. And these are, I have 2 different kinds of peas in the garden. These are the shell peas. So I'll be shelling these and eating these. I'm going for at least a half a cup. Don't know if this will give me a half a cup or not, but we'll just eat them up anyway. I could eat these till the cows come home. I love them. So This is my breakfast this morning. It's nice to have a little bit of a change. Probably have this a little more often. I love it in the summer for some reason. So the numbers on this are 458 calories, 20.2 grams of protein, 18.5 grams of fiber, and 6.9 grams of fat. So just really good, falling in the parameters. And if I have a different vegetable, I may not have quite as much protein. Peas are high in protein, especially the shelled kind. But I do like to have this with a Creole brew in the morning as well, with a little bit of soy milk. So that will always put me where I need to be with my protein. And so often I'll have a Ruvi as well, but this morning I'm not doing that because I'm running low on those as well before my next shipment. Anyway, have a great day. We'll see more later. I've been looking forward to lunch since dinner last night because I'm having leftovers of those black bean burgers. And so there it is, if you recall. I really like the texture because of the brown rice and the oats and the onion, and it makes it so it's not mushy. I'm not a fan of the texture of beans. So I love that there's beans in there, but it's not the bulk of the burger, if that makes sense. And then more sugar snap peas from my garden. Ooh, ooh. So excited about that. And they're delicious. And then for the fruit, I'm doing freeze-dried cherries again. Got to get to the grocery store, out of fruit again. So it's nice to have options, even when we've eaten everything in the fridge. So, all right, this is going to be awesome. We'll put the numbers up, and I've got a good plan for dinner. I may or may not have visitors for dinner tonight, so that makes it tricky. So I have a plan just in case to feed the crowds if I have to. And if not, then we'll be set for a while. So onward and upward. We'll see you at dinner. Hi, guys. For dinner tonight, as I mentioned before, we might be having company. We might not. I never know with all my kids. And we're working on a big project. We're replacing the roof of our garage/shop. So the kids are going to be in and out to help. And so I want to have food available for whoever comes whenever they come. So this recipe is a favorite. It is so fast, so easy, so packed full of all the good things, and it keeps really well for leftovers. So we're just going to make lentil tacos. We get this recipe from plantwise.com, and it's a winner for sure. So let's throw that together, and I'll show you how we do it. Okay, so for each one, here's our filling. This is actually cooled down a bit, but that's okay. You put a 1/4 cup of it in the shell, which seems like a lot, but this is our protein fiber powerhouse. So we're gonna go ahead and enjoy that. Put a little bit of onion on there. Sorry, I'm just using my hands here because it's just for us. And then a little bit of lettuce. And there is our taco. And 4 of these tacos will be the whole meal. And we'll put the numbers up. Pretty good. That filling is really good. And there you have it. Looks tasty. Mm-hmm. Okay, here we have it. I've only got 3 tacos on the plate. Quite honestly, I had a late lunch and I'm just not that hungry. I might only be able to eat 2. And some of my grandkids are here, and one of them wanted a snack, so I gave him part of my apple. And they're not hungry because they ate before they came, but they do like to snack when they're here, and it's so it's fun that he picked an apple. But anyway, So we'll put the numbers up as though there were 4 tacos there, because that's typically what we would do and what we've always done in the past. And this is a delicious, delicious, very wholesome dinner. So thanks for spending the day with us.